You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. And some of you on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of I Wanna Hug That Gator. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go! Olivia breaks away from her hug. Her face is tear-stained, but she isn't crying anymore. She's looking down at her wheelchair. Do you have a spare at home? No. I stand up, look up the stairs towards the fountain, then back to Olivia. I can call Liz if you want. She can come pick us up after we're done. We can worry about your chair then. You're not a failure, Olivia. We're getting you to that fountain. I reach my hand down towards her. Olivia's confusion arose into a soft smile. She stares at my hand and then back to me. Come lower. Let me grab your shoulder. I've done this a few times before. I lean in closer and Olivia pivots as best she can. Once more, she uses her tail as an anchor in place of her legs. It's holding her up pretty well. Never considered it, but that tail must be pretty muscular. Let's go. I want to make Edekin proud. I climb up the next step, planting my foot on solid ground. Olivia waits for me to stop before quickly moving her tail to the next step as well. It's sort of like we're each one leg. Simple enough. It only now occurs to me how close we are right now. By close, I mean I'm practically cradling Olivia's side against mine. Up another step. Eventually, we finally make it to the top. I manage to shuffle to the fountain. You can just put me down right there. All right. I gently lower Olivia down and place her on the lip of the fountain. There's just enough space for her to sit along the edge, with one leg resting on top and the other hanging off. She looks into the still water in contemplation. My eyes follow hers, focusing in on coins that have settled on the bottom of the fountain, though hard to see through the opaque ice. I've stuffed my hands in my pockets for warmth, feeling the skin of my knuckles start to split already. My fingers trace over the quarters I'd usually use in our lunchtime drinks. Achoo! The powerful sneeze draws me away from the meandering thoughts to see the Gator Girl quiver on the cold concrete seat. Damn it! Her jaw is clenched, baring her sharp teeth to the world. Her nostrils flare with each of her breaths, the hot air creating a puff of visible mist, and her eyes are filled to the brim with fiery rage and salty tears. I want to break the silence between us. Ask for her thoughts. She's deep within them, though. Raging within her own mind. Finally having the moment to process everything that's happened. In the end, it's Olivia that breaks the silence, with a single, quiet, disdain-filled curse. Damn it! Her eyes shut, keeping her tears from falling. Damn it! A hiss seeps through her lips. I made it. I finally made it, but... The thought goes unfinished. She lets her shoulders down and turns her gaze away from the spouting water, listlessly gazing toward the obscured afternoon sun that's just managing to peek through the clouds and snow-covered trees. Maybe she's imagining that's where he is now. But what now? I withdraw my hand from my pocket, holding it open for her to see the pocket changing in my palm. Scanning over the water feature before us, I think back to all the times I wanted to just do this with someone else. How about we make a wish? Olivia's brow furrows as she glances off to the side. Her fingers grip her hoodie, and I watch as she considers my suggestion thoroughly. Sure, a wish sounds nice right now. I motion her forward. The Gator Girl holds her hand out to me, and I drop a quarter into her palm. On three? I nod in reply. 1, 2, 3. I wish for... Our twin coins flip in the air together. I watch as the coins spin skyward, crashing through the falling snowflakes. At their apex, the coins seem to pause, just to briefly touch one another. And with a synchronized plop, both the quarters hit the water together. Leaning forward, I see that the coins even land on the same side. Heads. Wonder if that'll double our chances of making our wishes come true or something. I had a huff in amusement from Olivia's comment. Though the more I think about it, the more I hope it does. We stay here, looking at the fountain together in silence. For a moment, it feels as though time has stopped around us. It's just me and Olivia experiencing the moment together. It almost makes me forget what had just transpired. What we were dealing with. What kind of future the two of us were looking at. For this moment, though, none of those dreadful thoughts mattered. What matters right now is finding a small bit of peace, of solace. A little bit of calm before the storm that was inevitably coming. A harsh wind chill finally brings Olivia and I out of her thoughts. Hey, I'm sorry for being super distant earlier. You don't have to apologize for that, Olivia. Everyone goes through these sorts of things differently. I know, but I just feel bad. I know I'm not the only one who said that Edekin is gone, but... Her pause makes me stop and turn around to face her. I can see it in her face that she's trying to form the right words. Edekin was the first person who I felt was a role model for me. He didn't just believe in me, he made me believe in myself. Not just for my art, but being able to succeed in general. I knew that Edekin meant a lot to her, but I never realized he meant that much to her. More than anything, he actually cared about me. About my thoughts and my dreams. I felt... Olivia's lips tremble as she struggles to voice the thought. Normal. God, I probably sound stupid saying that. I shake my head in disagreement. You don't. Mr. Udikin was important to me as well. It's okay, Olivia. I know how you feel. He gave me some of the best advice I've ever gotten from anyone and encouraged me to follow my dreams, like you. I wish I had met him sooner. There's a moment of silence between us, the air filled with a mix of sympathetic emotions. A shared sadness for the passing of someone who made an impact in both of our lives, but a sense of thankfulness that he graced our lives. Guess we both got our issues, huh? Yeah, I guess so. A fresh breeze of icy air sends a shudder down my spine. So, what should we do now? I pat off the growing pile of snow off my shoulders and head. Let's see. I look at my phone. Well, school's ending in 10 minutes. Do you want to just chill here until then? No pun intended. Sure. I look around, noticing a tiny bench for two nestled against a tree. The Gator girl must have noticed as she's already holding her arms out for me. I recall something, a certain pair of raptors. I kneel down, facing away from Olivia. Almost done, babe. I can feel the icy flakes melt off of me as Olivia leans against me again. Her powerful arms wrap around my shoulders, clawed fingers digging into my jacket. My fingers lock together to form a makeshift seat for her behind me. With my passenger secured, I make a beeline for the bench, lest I get caught up in what I feel pressing into my back. She lets herself drop onto the bench, uncaring for her landing. Taking a page from the book of Olivia, I also drop uncaringly next to her, just glad to have some shelter from the increasing snowfall. So here we are. Mission accomplished for Olivia. Now what? My curiosity compels me to ask Olivia something. If you don't mind me asking, what did you wish for? I don't think you can tell someone what you wish for, else it won't come true. The superstitious side of myself says that she has a fair point, so I decide not to push her any further on it. Just curious is all. We continue relaxing in comfortable silence. I mean, I don't mind telling you if you tell me yours. I guess that's only fair. What did I wish for just now? It's hard to put into words. It's not something specific, rather a feeling that I keep coming back to. Back before I came to this school, I would have wished for more friends, or a successful future, or take back something embarrassing from the past. But now that I think about it, I didn't need to make a wish. That's too vague. I know, but I don't know how else to put it. Come on, at least try. My best memories from the past few months. This? Being outside in the freezing cold? No, not that. What do you mean, then? I struggle to find the words without making myself sound stupid. You know, we've hung out a lot together, but it's not often that it's just the two of us. Just us? Yeah, it doesn't happen a lot. I wish it was like that more often. Baryonyx's eyes go wide. Shoot, maybe that came across too weird. I mean, I just want to get closer to you, you know? I watch the beginnings of a blush form across Olivia's cheeks. Wait. I didn't mean it like that. I want to get to know you better. She glances away, laughing nervously as her tone changes drastically. Ha! Yeah, I understand totally. I breathe a silent sigh of relief. You want to know what I wished for? If you don't want to share, you don't have to. No, I asked for yours. It's only right. I wish to know what I want to wish for. I glance around the bench towards her. I can't make sense of anything right now. I want today to be over, frozen, and to have never happened all at once. I want Edekin back, but I don't want to just replace him with someone else. It's too late to start all over again. She stops to wipe her eyes, but they're already dry. All I've ever wanted was to be someone who would be proud of, but it just feels impossible. She looks away. I ended up picking something lame. Sorry. What's that? Olivia's still looking away. I can hear her hesitation. I can't tell what she's thinking. I threw that coin, and out of everything racing in my mind, the one thought that stuck out the most was just... She chews her lip in contemplation for a moment, and when she finally continues, her voice is a soft whisper. I want somebody I can trust. I feel my face heat up from her words and her tone. Even with her head turned, I notice a red flush creeping over Olivia's face, too. I instinctively jerked my head to the other direction. Shoot, what do I do now? We're both sitting motionless, neither daring to say another word. If I listen closely, I feel like I can hear her heartbeat from here. She can probably hear mine as well. I don't even notice the cold anymore. Maybe we can just stay like this for a few weeks. No, don't be ridiculous. You need to tell her how you feel. I cleared my throat, searching for the words that wouldn't come. She just said she wanted somebody to trust. I mean, you can trust me. I hear shuffling from Olivia. Damn it, I can't work up the nerve to turn my head towards her. My neck feels like a rusted hinge as I try to disobey my body and look at her through my periphery. Do you trust me? Despite my words, she nods her head vigorously, the blush growing dangerously bright. Well? I shift my body towards her on the bench. I trust you too. Ha! Suddenly, she shakes her head a bit to bring herself back to reality. Maybe I can be honest with you then. You're silly and you're ridiculous. Maybe a little over-optimistic. You're thoughtful and adventurous, and you're so willing to just take me with you. You don't treat me any differently for this stupid thing. She lightly hits the armrest of the bench. I guess I just stopped noticing it at some point. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, you're like... So many words dance on the tip of my tongue. Like? My mouth and my brain are at a standstill, one wanting to just blurt whatever while the other keeps it all and disseminates it in a thoughtful manner. What comes out is... blah, blah. A furious snort rips through the Gator girl's nose, followed by peals of laughter. Out of embarrassed shame, I cover my face with my hands. What was that? I curse my nerves as I try to protest her continued guttural guffaws. Come on, Olivia, I'm really trying. The snowflakes that managed to still land on me melt away from the extreme heat radiating from my whole head. Olivia acquiesces, though, drawing back into just a very smug grin. Okay, take two, Inco. My head's temperature finally drops from the core of the sun to a more manageable volcano. Thanks, jerk. Seeing that small quirk on her lips, I can't stop a smile from growing on my face. I guess, be honest with her and yourself. Honest. At the very start, I thought you were just out of it. What? You almost ran me over in the hallway. Oh. She frowns and looks away. Sorry. And then you tried to get my seat moved. Sorry. And the claw thing today. Not sorry about that. I figured. It used to be hard to talk to. Felt awkward every time I'd even try. Like, thank Raptor Jesus for Damien and Liz, because otherwise I wouldn't have gotten to know the real you. Actually, I gotta pause it right there. So, we're gonna continue with the confession in the next video. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!